What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. Season 2's roadmap for Black Ops 6 and Warzone is here, and I'll throw it on screen right now. It looks like there is a ton of content here, but if I'm going to be completely honest, Warzone has sort of been left out, and maybe rightfully so, because in last week's community update, there was a lot of emphasis on delaying some content in Season 2 for gameplay improvements, and they mentioned that here in the update, in the roadmap part of me, where, yeah, they're going to focus on gameplay updates to Warzone, changes to weapons, the movement, default perks, and more. There's going to be a lot done there, and hopefully it makes that game mode feel better than how it feels right now. Because there are a lot of people that have quit playing Warzone because it's just not a fun experience, and understandably so. So maybe they don't need a ton of content, although I would argue the content that's currently in Warzone is a little underwhelming, and I think there is a lot of hope that they can pull on some nostalgia strings by releasing the first ever Warzone map and have people flock back to the game. But if you want to keep those people playing for a long period of time, you need to create a better foundation, not one that is crumbling, which is what Warzone currently is. It's a crumbling foundation. So hopefully these gameplay updates for Season 2 actually solidify that foundation and allow them to release better content in the future, and content that we can be proud of as a community, and content we can look forward to playing. And speaking of content that I'm looking forward to play, the new Zombies content. The new Tomb map looks really cool. I can't deny what Treyarch's been able to do this year with Zombies, so I'm excited anytime new content is announced. And we know that directed mode's going to come at some point in season, probably with Season 1 or Season 2 Reloaded, pardon me. But there's going to be a brand new wonder weapon called the Staff of Ice. We're also going to get a brand new perk called Death Perception. There's going to be new Gobblegums. There's a ton of new content coming to Zombies, and that's great. Because in previous iterations of Call of Duty, it feels like Zombies has been pushed to the back burner, but it's at the forefront here for Black Ops 6, and I don't know of anybody that's complaining about that. What a great experience it's been so far, and we're only 2 seasons into the game, and we already have 4 maps. That increases replayability quite a bit. So I'm excited to hop into the new Tomb map, and it might actually make me re-download Black Ops 6 if I'm being completely honest. And then comes the new content coming to Black Ops 6's multiplayer. And honestly, I just have to see how these maps play before I'm going to give any real impressions on them. Like, I haven't been wowed by the map design here in Black Ops 6. I've made that very known. So are these other maps, are Dealership and Bounty, going to be better than what we received previously? I don't know. I hope so. Like, I want it to be, but I don't know. Or is it going to be more of the same? Is it going to be more of these Warzone-esque maps that don't play well in multiplayer? Hard to say. But what should play well is Grind coming back. And honestly, I'm not really surprised seeing it there. I was going to include it in my maps I expect to see video that I released yesterday, but I wasn't certain that they would do it, and honestly I'm excited that they are. And for the gunfight maps, I just don't really care. I don't care about playing those game modes. Like, I mean, a lot of people play them for camo grinding, which is fine, but like, it's not my favorite game modes, so I don't really care about the new maps being added. I will say the last time they added maps to those modes, those maps were pretty bland, uninteresting, and everybody just plays that one map anyways. I think it's called Stakeout. Everyone just goes and plays that. So maybe if Lifeline or Bullet can be a replacement for Stakeout or another additional option other than Stakeout, that'll be a good thing for this community. But who knows? That's not something they've been able to do with their other releases that they've had for maps here in Black Ops 6. But it's more than just maps that are coming to Season 2 of Black Ops 6. We're also getting the brand new game mode Overdrive and the return of Gun Game. Now, I am a little disappointed that we're not going to see Sticks and Stones. We're not going to see a crossbow or ballistic knife added to the game. That would have been a lot of fun. But Gun Game coming back is obviously a good thing. It is a little surprising, though, that this isn't a default game mode that just like releases with the launch of the game. That every single year they just release it later on in the year. I don't know why. It should be a default day one game mode because it's been so popular for so long. People enjoy it a lot. You should just always have it. We're also going to be getting 2 brand new perks for Season 2. The Slipstream perk, which raises your base sprint speed at the cost of removing tack sprint. I honestly don't think this is going to be a bad perk to have. And then the other perk that's going to come in is called Instinct. Eliminating enemies marks the closest enemy. I mean, that could be a cool perk. Something a little different. I'm curious how all these play. Again, I reserve a lot of my judgment on new content for how it actually functions. So I'm not going to jump on and say, hey, this is a bad thing, or hey, this is a great thing, until I actually see it in action. So these could be great things. They could be whatever. Who knows? We're also going to get the War Machine. I love the War Machine. I loved it in Black Ops Cold War. Again, something that should have probably been day 1 here in Black Ops 6, but wasn't. So that's going to be available with Season 2. And then there's also a brand new wildcard coming out called Fly Swatter, which allows a player to replace their dedicated melee weapon with a launcher. Which is kind of cool, actually. So now you get to carry a primary, a secondary, and a launcher. I'm all for that. Because take out those UAVs as much as possible. Because I'm not trying to earn UAVs. I don't want UAVs. Give me those big kill streaks instead. But that's kind of the roundup of the content here. I know that to some it might seem a little underwhelming. But again, I think the focus for Season 2 shouldn't be so much on content. It should instead be more so on gameplay improvements. And I really hope that that's the step that they take moving forward here, is that we see kind of 2 steps forward instead of 2 steps backwards. But time will tell with that. I will add that they are adding 4 new weapons into the game. The PPSH, like I talked about yesterday. Looks like the TR2 is going to be your FAL. But that'll be coming through on an event. And then 2 other weapons, the Fang 82, which is an LMG, and then an AR called the Cypher 91. All those will be the battle pass, except, like I said, the TR2, which will be an event for you to be able to earn. We're also going to be getting a Terminator event and what's called Shadow Hunt for Season 2. I've made my thoughts on the events in Black Ops 6 very clear. I think they are very lazy and very bland, and maybe this will be different. I can only hope, right? You can only judge things by the history until you actually see what they're going to do. So hopefully they've learned from their past mistakes. They make these modes, these events, a little bit more interactive and a little bit more about variety instead of just, hey, play the game, please, and earn these terrible rewards that were AI generated. But anyways, I think Season 2 is going to be fine. I don't think this is a knockout of the park necessarily, but maybe it can lay the foundation for future seasons to really build upon some improvements to the overall gameplay. So that's the way I feel right now. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything here that has to do with Season 2 of Black Ops 6 down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, if you enjoy this content, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.